this whole Bianca story of overcoming adversity, eating disorders, this whole journey is supposed to culminate with winning the title at the.
Is she getting good numbers?
Who?
Bianca Belair.
Not particularly, like because the show's numbers have dropped. They're not averaging like 2.2 now. Like they're between like 2 and 2.2. I mean, they did a 1.9, didn't they, recently?
Yeah.
And then quickly like pulled it back. So no, I don't think you have anybody there that's pulling up a number. Like Roman was responsible for getting this show up, and that was it. So if I run
let me ask you a question, Billy. So who do you think will be, if the girls don't do main event night one, then who will?
Then they'll give it to Drew and Lashley. I think ultimately Drew and Lashley will main event it, but at the moment that's not what's supposed to happen. At the moment, like they need to be having a conversation with the women at some point to say. I mean, obviously, look, there's loads of things to consider here. Vince McMahon doesn't have to be loyal to these girls, and they don't have to continue on with this kind of it's not a goodwill gesture. It's a political gesture in terms of saying like the women are going to main event one night and the men are going to main event the other. It's all in case it's not. It's social justice in one way, but at the same time they do have the longest story. Drew and Lashley's only going to get made and set up tonight or next week. These girls, their match has been penciled in since October. So from a storyline perspective, it does make sense, but it makes McIntyre look bad if he wins a title in the middle of the night because he's the one who's going to be your face of the company. Roman Reigns is a heel, so Drew McIntyre is the one you're putting out in front of all of the media, doing all of the conference calls, moving out of WrestleMania. Yet he's winning the match winning the title on the fourth night of night one. It doesn't make any sense. So I ultimately think that will get shoehorned over. I don't think Vince McMahon needs
unless because like you said, socially, politically, whatever, they're not going to give a woman that equal platform too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like they don't have to. I don't think they have to feel bad whatsoever about eventually turning. I don't think Vince McMahon's going to have a conscience about telling these girls they're not main eventing, even if he has to do it on the day of or a week before or whatever. I don't think that conscience comes into it. At the same time,
I bet she does it. Let me tell you why. Sasha Banks has been very, very vocal in her displeasure when things happen. I would not doubt if Vince McMahon tests her and see how she reacts to this on social media and see what he does with her. I would not doubt that, because the one thing that company has shown over the years is they are very, very, very fond of pettiness. They do things like that, and we see it repeatedly. I would not doubt it. I would bet you Vince McMahon kicks them out of that spot because of what she said in the past. I would not doubt that pettiness.